Okay, so this is our process in attaching the sugar patch to the Omnipod 5. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need a sugar patch, a pen, insulin, the Omnipod, and a hot glue gun. You can get the sugar patch here at the sugarpatch.shop. That's where we get it at. So what we do, the idea I think that the sugar patch has is this is supposed to be an underlayment. So theoretically you put this on your skin first, then you put your Omnipod over that, and it's supposed to create a barrier between the adhesive on the Omnipod and your skin. What we found with our son is that even though we did that, he had such a severe reaction that it would leach through and he would still get a pretty severe reaction. So we decided to eliminate the sticker and just adhere this directly onto the Omnipod, and that's what we'll show you now. So what you want to do is you want to load your syringe, follow the directions on the Omnipod just like it describes, with loading the Omnipod. Of course, I don't have enough. We leave our insulin in the fridge, and the reason why is because when we use the hot glue gun, the vial that's inside the Omnipod, we just feel like it could be affected by the heat of the hot glue, so we leave it in the fridge and just take it out of the fridge when possible. Okay, so we have our syringe loaded, and then what we do is you could pull the sticker off first, but you have to remove this little plastic guard, and if you remove that, when you fill this up, an amount of insulin comes out. So we found it just easier to load it first. So once it's loaded, then we go ahead and pull this off. And then we pull the sticker off and try to get all of it off if possible, so you get good adhesion. There, so you get it all the way off. Then the next thing we do is we take the Omnipod and then we line it up on the sugar patch. So the key is to kind of try to get it straight, to get to where the cannula gets centered over. The important part is there's very little surface area right here, and it's important that we get that to try to get that right up here, as much of that surface area as possible. So what I do is I try to line it up and get it as straight as I can, and then I'll make sure that I have the top of it is above where this hole is, and that way the hot glue will adhere it to the sugar patch. So once I know that I've got it lined up where I want it, I take my pen and I just trace about halfway around it, and that gives me a guide to when I put the hot glue on and how to line it up. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it just gives you some frame of reference when you're doing it, and you have to kind of work quickly when you're putting the hot glue on. So I'm gonna slide over here. So once I do that, what I like to do is I have the Omnipod ready, and then I start about right here. The important part is to end right about there because the glue will be hottest. So try not to start here and then go around. Start around and then finish at the top. So what I do is I just get a good bead going. And then once I get it around there, I take my Omnipod, I squish it down. You got a little bit of time to move it around, and then I wipe off the excess hot glue. It's a little hot, but it's not that bad. And now that I've got it secured down, I want to check to make sure that the cannula can go through. That's usually enough room for the cannula to get through. Sometimes the hot glue will squish out and it might cover that. You'll have to take a blade, a knife or something just to clean out that, but that's usually enough room. Once I do that, then I flip it over. It only takes less than a minute for it to, and then what I do is I just kind of liberally put down some hot glue, and then I work it out towards the edges. And then that, rather than just trying to secure it to the edge. And then I do the same thing on this side. Liberal amount. And then just work it out towards the edges. If any bleeds out, you can just wipe it off. If not, it's not a big deal. So once you've got it to that point, now you're able to stick it on. The one thing I didn't point out is that there's a felt side, and then this is the sticker side. Make sure that you adhere the felt side to the Omnipod, and then that way when you're ready to adhere it, then you can go ahead and take off the backing of the sticker. And so that's what we do. We've never had a problem with it coming off, and we've had pretty good success with not having any reaction. So